Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Defense 5 Steam. Now, I did just try recording my commentary for this, post-commentary and all that, but it failed, because I didn't test it. So, hopefully this should be working now, and hopefully you should be able to hear me pretty well, because of, audio levels and whatnot. You should be able to hear me pretty well, because I'm going to be able to change the volume of the game compared to the audio with commentary. Anyways, I'm doing post-commentary because I wanted to record the episodes early, which kind of worked, kind of didn't, because on the previous episode, the hard mode episode, I was able to record it like last night when I was super tired and probably not a good idea, but I recorded it, and then I was going to record this episode without commentary and then speed it up like I am, and then use my own post-commentary thing to do it. But obviously that kind of worked because then I fell asleep kind of when I was recording it, and I lost because I wasn't paying attention. So I thought that was kind of funny, but then I was super tired anyway, so I just went to bed. So then I woke up this morning and got ready and whatnot, and then I was like, okay, cool, let's just record one episode instead of two today, because I already recorded the other one earlier. So that's pretty nice. But then now I'm kind of having to double record it because I recorded it without the commentary, so now I'm going to have to record it again technically with wraps, which I normally do, and then now I'm sort of recording it 3 times because I had to record the commentary once at 1.5 times speed, and then it didn't work, so now I'm recording it again, so that's twice at 1.5 times speed, which means that it's the same as 1 times speed in terms of time for me. But anyway, so long story short, I tried to make things easier and I made things harder in a sense. But anyways, to actually talk about what I'm doing in the episode, because that's kind of what I'm supposed to do, I built up a destroyer because I'm using the Buccaneer specialty building. So the destroyer is now the Dreadnought, which means it can pop camo and lead balloons without any upgrades, which is really awesome. Plus then, of course, giving it the destroyer upgrade is just really cool because it attacks super duper fast. But then I'm also building up the sub into a 2-0 at the moment, because I'm going to be building it up into a 3-0 and then eventually a 4-0 because I wanted to use the support of the sonar plutonium reactor thing on the sub for once, because I only used it in like one other episode and then I never used it again because I was like, meh, I prefer the other one. But anyways, I do have the Buccaneer specialty building, so the sub isn't going to be as amazing, which I just realized. If I knew I was going to be using the sonar, I should have used the sub specialty building, because the tier 4 specialty building increases the effectiveness of the tier 4 sub on the left side. Anyways, the destroyer, the Buccaneer specialty building is really useful because not only does it give it camo and lead popping right off the bat, but then when you upgrade the camo detection, the crow's nest, for only like 250 I think, then it grants camo detection to all the towers within its range, which is really useful. Even if I wasn't going to be using the Buccaneer as my main attack force, I could just replace a monkey village with the Buccaneer. If I didn't have bigger beacons, then the Buccaneer would already have much bigger range than the monkey village. So it would be a much less expensive form of camo detection. Maybe not like way more expensive, but it'd be less expensive. Plus then you get an attacking tower right off the bat with lead popping, so it's pretty good. But anyways, obviously that would only work in places where I can place a pool, a portable lake, or if it already had water. And then of course, if it's already got water, then I'd probably only be playing with subs, meaning that I kind of not need the crow's nest, because whenever you have advanced intel, if the advanced intel is being affected, or when the sub is using the advanced intel to gain the range of a tower that does have camo detection, then it in effect also has camo detection, which is a handy trick. I'm surprised they actually let us do that, because that makes things quite a bit easier. But anyways, at this point I do have the plutonium lab, not the plutonium lab, the plutonium reactor sub tier 4 left side upgrade. And then now I'm throwing in a Dartling gun because I figured, okay, I'm going to need some anti-Moab defense, since the destroyer is pretty good, but the sub is basically only attacking normal type balloons. I don't think it affects Moab class balloons, but probably not. So anyways, figured the Dartling gun would be pretty useful, and then those balloons got kind of far. That last green balloon almost made it to the end, so I figured, okay, I'm gonna need to do something to to support myself a little bit better. So I'm just throwing in a second Dartling gun before round 50, because obviously getting another Dartling gun would be pretty helpful, considering only one. We won, but you know, it's pretty close. And especially with the Dartling gun, if you're gonna be if you know that you're gonna be moving your aim, then that's going to be messing with the consistency of your popping power. So especially around 50, it's going to be good to not have to move it as much, or at least have better firepower, so you don't have to move it for as long. Because on round 46, I believe, or the very beginning of round 50, when it's just one Moab, then it's really not a big deal, because when you're moving it, that's because you have to aim at the tower or the Moab. But then at the end of round 50, or any other round that has Moabs, generally there's other balloons aside from the Moab, so depending on the track setup, if you're moving the aim away from the Moab, then you're also moving it away, not away from the Moab, but away to get to the Moab. Then you're also moving it away from the normal type balloons, which means that your popping powers can be less efficient and less consistent. So anyways, after realizing that the sub was really not doing a lot, it was helpful, but not amazing. I figured I would just sell it and go to a ballistic missile sub, because then it's able to do extra damage to the Moabs a little bit better. Well, not a little bit better. It would do extra damage after not doing damage. And then there's also a real quick question about the sonar. Do any of you know if, like, because of the attack animation, like that actual green sonar beam thing, like it would kind of go down about 2/3 of the way through the circle, and then it kind of looked like it would disappear and then start back up at the beginning. And I wasn't sure if that was just because the attack speed had been increased so much that the animation just made it look like it didn't finish this whole rotation, or do you know if it actually doesn't finish the whole rotation if you increase the attack speed or something like that? I haven't really had time to test it very thoroughly, but if any of you know the answer to that, I'd appreciate the answer. Anyways, so I moved the destroyer up to the aircraft carrier, because I thought I never use these things, why not use them? But then kind of the problem with that is that then the advanced intel of the monkey sub, I think, gets reduced, because then the actual like darkened circle area range around the Buccaneer, now the aircraft carrier, gets greatly reduced, which kind of makes sense, but then on the other hand, it's like, well, I mean, you get infinite range, sort of. I mean, why can't you just increase the range or whatever? But anyways, so the advanced intel sub doesn't really help as much when you have the aircraft carrier, or my specific setup. Plus I knew that I was going to be throwing down the Arctic Wind, which would also help out with normal type balloons, and kind of negate the effectiveness of the sub unless you were using the Monkey Intelligence Bureau, which I just did. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.